It's the Alan Cox Show.
That sound is a derivation of an old Eskimo word that mothers use to calm their children.
On 100.7 WMMS.
So we announced Rock on the Range 2012, arguably their biggest lineup ever. May 18th, 19th, and 20th in Columbus. I know we're going to be doing a ton of stuff over this weekend. We're going to do a Rock on the Range radio hour, Sunday night 6. Incubus and Rob Zombie and Shinedown and Slash and Chevelle and Megadeth, just massive, massive bands. Not the least of which is Marilyn Manson. And as I said, you can tell exactly how big the acts are by how big the font is.
He is the biggest font.
Manson's got the 24-point font. Manson, is that how you gauge things, 24-point font?
No, I usually go by, I compare it to my dick size.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
24-point font? Now, is your penis, is that Arial? Is it Verdana? Is it copperplate Gothic bold? What is it?
It's a font called Buried Inside a Hot Girl's Vagina.
Oh, I see. Fantastic.
What do you guys do? I'm just laying out by the beach in Southern California.
Yeah.
Just sitting on the beach, burning ants with a magnifying glass. My basic afternoon.
Is that still fun to do, the ant thing with the magnifying glass?
No, you know what? I think that's a metaphor. My records are the magnifying glass.
Oh, I see. Because I picture you as a guy, some people, they'll try to get by with the tiny little plastic Cracker Jack thing. I picture you as the guy with that giant, double pane Sherlock Holmes deal.
No, I just got a really big boot, or I can use my dick, depending on if I have it in an anthill, which I would advise strongly against.
Yeah?
But I've done it before. Well, emotionally, I have had sex with anthills. Emotionally, in the past, I think some girls have. It has felt like that. Not because of an S to D.
Sure.
Let's talk about rock and roll. Let's go.
Let's talk about rock and roll.
I had a WMMS sticker on my Fiero when I was allowed to drive.
A Fiero?
Yeah.
Were you zipping around the streets of Canton? What did you do as a young lad?
No, it actually did catch on fire, because I think Fiero does mean fire in Mexican.
Sure, yeah. So it met a fitting end then? The car just blew up?
Yeah, it did what it did.
And you stood there and looked at it in all of its beauty and said, this is what I want to do with my life.
Yeah, I was actually standing on the side of the turnpike holding a snake.
Yeah, Will Rock for a food sign or something. So when's Born Villain coming out? This is what everybody's been asking, and I have no answer for them.
Word on the street is, I haven't got the exact release date, but the first single you'll be getting shoved up your ears very soon. It's called No Reflection.
Okay.
And the record's done, shooting the video, I think, next week, and it's got a special bonus track on it. Features a very good friend of mine. I won't mention his name yet. But,
okay, but we'll know who it is at the time.
He plays guitar, and he's very, very well known for different things.
So
mostly
we were talking to yesterday. We were talking to Pete Leffler from Chevelle, because they're going to be on Rock on the Range too. And I mentioned that you were coming on today, and he said, ask him if he remembers a little dust up that he and I got into at the craft service table at Ozfest, because he.
I wouldn't call it a dust up. I think that I remember a little short dude coming up to me and saying something about Jesus, and I was exploiting the girls and dancing.
Oh, is that what it was?
They are a Christian band.
I just said, you just want to get a blowjob, but you're not even dick height. So
I thought
he wanted to get oral sex from the dancers, but I think that he wanted it from me, and that was the confusion, because I don't even eat at craft services, because I have usually my food flown in on helicopters. Your basic things like that.
Strapped to the back of dolphins?
I thought he was trying to sell me a used car.
Right.
I don't even know what. See, that guy, look, I just put him on the map, whatever you said his name was.
I thought that he made it sound like it was an argument over a girl, and you're telling me he was trying to convert you to the Lord.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, okay.
But I think he was trying to sell me a used car.
I was watching, this thought crossed my mind the other night and I didn't see the Madonna halftime show, but Lady Gaga gets all this crap for ripping off Madonna or whatever. Lady Gaga, I think, is a very talented person, but nobody ever gives her crap for ripping off Marilyn Manson. And I think that Manson should...
She always tips the hat to it. I worked with her, sort of, so to speak. We were in the studio, and she sang on a remix of hers. Nobody ever gives her crap for having such a busted up helmet.
I think you deserve some credit from her, you know?
Oh, she gives me credit, so I'm not mad at her. I mean, I wouldn't have sex to her, but, you know, she's a really nice girl and she's smart.
You wouldn't have sex to her music or with her?
No, either of the above.
Oh, you wouldn't have sex? You wouldn't bang Lady Gaga?
No.
Really?
I'm not saying I didn't, but I was saying...
So you'd never do it again?
I would not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I would not today, as of today, not do that. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Listen, further down the line, relationships are patched up and whatever, and for a long time, whether it was just amplified in the media or whatever, there always was a story of issues between you and Trent Reznor, and I'm curious if you guys have ever kind of actively said, you know what, man, let's just be cool.
Yeah, I did that. I don't really, it's not really a subject anymore for me. I haven't seen him. He doesn't hang in the same bars as I do. I don't really go to bars, actually. I live above a liquor store, so I don't need to, but,
You live above a liquor store?
Yeah, I don't really go to it, though, because I just get my pornography there.
Right.
At the liquor store?
The best porn is at the liquor store, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't read it myself. I just get it because, you know, sometimes when I'm trying to sell drugs at the middle school, you know, some kids might want me to toss in, you know, a porno magazine, and, you know, I'm just trying to do my best for the community.
So you're going old school. You're still going magazines. You're not going download or anything. You're going old school with magazines. You're stocking up on jugs.
Are you kidding? I don't do that.
Come on.
I go regular school. I just get the girls. I don't even read about it. I'm just like, I want that thing right there.
Well, I'm talking about your outreach program at the middle school. You got to go old school.
Oh, okay,
right? Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm actually doing tattoos.
Oh, you are good.
I'm gonna start tattooing kids, prison style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do they ask for the most? A sparrow, a dolphin? What are the kids asking for?
I think most of them say the girls always ask, "No more daddy."
The middle school girls, solid,
yeah,
they right?
Have too many uncles, stuff like that. Or America's Next Top, Marilyn Manson's girlfriend, stuff like that. It's like Toddlers and Tiaras. That's my favorite porno show.
You have to have been approached almost on a weekly basis to do some kind of reality show nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, it kind of takes all the enjoyment out of it when I mean, I'm already. You know, I'm entertaining to my friends, so you know, and a lot of times I'm taking pictures or someone's taking pictures. So I don't necessarily feel like that's the way I want the world to experience me as an artist, at least, or whatever entertainer or whatever people want to see me as. I would rather do it in a much more scripted and violent way with special effects, and also to make sure that, you know, my genitals are represented properly. Because sometimes the lighting, they don't do right in regular.
Yeah, tell that to Brett Favre.
God has, like, really poor lighting sometimes. There's clouds in front of someone. So, you know, I was with my friend Johnny Depp the other day, and it doesn't even make you gay if you have sex with him because it's Johnny Depp. But I didn't. But, you know, it's hard to stand next to somebody like that. It makes me understand what it must be like to be my friend for other people, because it's like staring into the sun sometimes when I pull my pants off. So I try not to do that around my friends. And I just try to, you know, go to church, go to sleep early, say my prayers, and make music that will hurt people's souls.
Yeah, good friends of the show, Jim Florentine and Don Jameson, told me to ask you. You were on this season's That Metal Show. What were you doing? Mm-hmm. Were you drinking something?
But then, yeah. No, I had no, that's not responsible for my behavior. I think I was just having fun. But, yeah, I was drinking absinthe. That's the only thing I drink, because I'm a bit of a purist when it comes to alcohol. You know, I went through a great phase, which has contributed to the sound of my voice. I was Jack Daniels. That led to a lot of smashing of bottles on myself. I didn't think that. I just thought, you know, okay, we've had enough of that. Then I moved on to lighter spirits. Do you even mess with the sugar cube when you drink absinthe? No, because I have the finest absinthe, and the sugar cube is really simply for the more bitter stuff. Yeah, you don't do the whole ritual. When people, no, it's not so much. I understand if it's a ritual, if it comes across that way in movies. It's simply really just to make it taste better, but the absinthe that I have, and which, you know, I have my own Manson.
Right.
It tastes like black licorice, which I hate, but because I like the effects of absinthe, I had to, you know, get used to it. It's like when you're in prison, you know, it's called getting by. It's not called being gay or anything.
Sure. When I was in prison, it was all Crown Royal. It was delicious. But, you know, but
you were the king of cell block cheese.
Yes, I was. Well, you know, it was solitary.
Everything that went in your mouth was brown.
Yeah, it was. But, you know, it's because we were next to a Hostess factory. So there was nothing kinky going on. But the black licorice, when you go back to the middle school, that's what turns the kids on, and you have customers for life.
Yeah, I always liked red licorice. I just hate black licorice. It tastes, and not because it's a racist thing, just because it tastes like black licorice.
Mm-hmm.
I think black licorice, though, I used to take those, and I used to hit girls in the back of the head in Christian school. Didn't really get anywhere with that, but I guess that's what I kind of do now still, just musically and, you know, with my charming personality.
And it also is Black Licorice History Month, too, all month, so...
You said it, not me.
X's on the calendar for it.